Hello, everybody, and good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. Welcome to another episode of God Eater Resurrection. Oh, I didn't actually play it much the last time where we left off, so it's going to be exciting for both you and me. I believe that crafting, upgrading equipment, melee weapons, the weapons are starting to split. Yeah. The hammer specifically, the weapons are starting to split up. We're getting those tech trees going. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to craft a new melee weapon. And you see we have just like straight up weapons you can craft. And crafting, the way crafting works in this, in the God Eater series, is that actually making the weapon is more expensive in terms of materials than crafting it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to craft a new hammer. Actually, I think you can only get this particular hammer by crafting it. And this one. And this one. So there are multiple hammers that you can only get by crafting. And we'll see that as, we go. Yeah, we'll see that as we go. So what I want to do is I want to craft another hammer prototype. I think that's what the P stands for. At least I hope that's what the P stands for. No, don't want to equip it. Upgrade, melee weapon. No. Okay, now we have two regular hammers. We have a blitz hammer and a hammer 2. Now, the Simian Armor Plus, I think we're going to have to wait a bit for. But whichever hammer we upgrade into the blitz hammer, the other hammer is going to go into the hammer 2. Alright, that's how I'm going to do things as I play the game, as I go forward. But right now, we just don't need it. And I'm going to stick with the scythe. But we're here to play the story, right? We're here to play the story. Of course we are. I actually forget if we were supposed to talk to somebody or take an urgent mission at the moment. But the urgent mission's no longer available. I actually played 1 or 2 test missions off the record. Just to make sure. Just to make sure that all my audio settings were correct. And they are. They are. I played one off the record and recorded another. So just to test out to see if the gate that I put on my mic was working, and it was not. It was cutting off my speech quite a lot, and I don't know if this one's going to cut off my speech as well, but if it does, we'll just roll with the punches. Now, I have to talk about what happens after the missions. When you go through the missions, and that's why I'm thinking about not streaming this game. Just not doing it. Or at least turning down the volume, is that you have what affection cutscenes. Like if you choose somebody's support skill, repeatedly, there's a chance you trigger an affection cutscene with that person. Now, the ladies' cutscenes are all very sweet. And the guy cutscenes are just like, oh, that's awesome, bro. Getting to know the characters a little bit more. Now, the problem with this game in particular is that those affection cutscenes aren't affected by the audio settings in the game at all. So if you see me do a jump cut or a fade,
looks like I get the pleasure of working with both new types. I'll try not to get in the way.
huh?
It isn't getting in the way. You should just stick to what old types do best. You are our support.
Oh,
Yeah.
well then.
I think everybody.
I'll do my best to live up to your high expectations of me. Whoa, okay. You really don't like me.
Yeah, Alyssa has some trauma.
I'll grow on you.
No, it's... I'm sorry. It's nothing. I'm fine.
I was just kidding. Just a joke. Hey, I want you to try something, Alyssa. It might help. When things get crazy or chaotic, I want you to look up in the sky and find a cloud that looks like an animal, okay? It'll help you relax. You know what? Try it right now. That's an order. Once you do, come find us. We'll be just over there.
But why would I do that? It's pointless.
Just look for a cloud, okay? Trust me. I'm gonna go on ahead a little bit.
Boy, they don't make characters in
But here's
games
the
like that.
deal. That kid's got some unique baggage. Still, it's hard to find someone who doesn't have tragedy in their history. Sign of the times. I wanted to ask you, since you're a new type, will you keep an eye out for her? Good, thanks. Come on then.
The only bad part about making the character voices so low is that now I can't talk over them during cutscenes. But that's fine. Why would I want to talk during the
has
cutscene?
been lured into the region. Target and take it down. Fix them both at once is not a satisfaction. Be careful. Fight
Yeah, now I'm gonna start using traps. I shouldn't use this trap, but, you know, I could always farm more. I do not remember the camera in this game being so chaotic. But, you know, I guess that's the charm of this first one, you know? Boy, I must have beefed my defense quite a lot. Ah. Yeah, there are certain things you can do to increase your burst. I'm probably going to go really big into burst, so you guys are going to see a lot of me devouring and passing bullets. Alright, yeah. Typical gameplay, you're gonna see me disengage, re-engage. You're not gonna see like 30-second like takedowns of me doing anything, because where's the fun in that? I mean, of course, the fun is in making the build that can do that. And not actually doing it.
Enemy orbital response is holding steady. Keep up the good This fight is only getting started.
And I figured out how to do the cannon's particular special ability. I actually think, if I remember correctly, shotguns have the same ability. It's just that it's not a full bar. Ah, okay, so the rocket shells take way more. Yeah, did you see that? That was me reading.
I know you can win this.
You've taken the advantage. Don't let up.
Origami's activating. Stay on your toes.
Look out! Get away!
The good thing about a lot of these monsters being in the later games is that you already know how to fight them. So if you play this series 1, 2, then 3, then you're like, okay, I know what's coming up now.
Origami falling back. It's going to try and find some food.
Alright, that was a good one. That was a good one on my part. Yeah, what I particularly like to use in these games is like a leeching effect.
Primary target terminated.
Well, that was impressive.
Oh, this one's 2 chi use. Yeah. What I normally like to use in these games is I like to use a self-healing build. With just a lot of survivability. I might try and see if I could do that, especially with the scythe. You know, the scythe is going to be my healing build, and I'm probably going to go for just straight up damage with a hammer. But the earliest missions, woo! I lost the plot.
Requesting immediate medical attention.
Whoa. Yeah, using your weapon's special ability drains a lot of stamina. And Origami will do that. They will seek out the lowest, they'll seek out the person with the lowest health and give them a stray shot.
You're blinded. This is your chance.
And the great thing about these games is that even in the first one, the personal abilities of your AI companions does dictate how they function. Like if you put a healing ability on somebody, they'll heal you more often. If you put a shooting ability on somebody, they'll shoot more often. If you put a devour ability, they'll devour more often. And if you put a linking ability, they'll share their bullets more often. Alright, this origami was able to eat, which means he recovered some HP. And like, if you're a real seasoned veteran, you don't really need HP. You could just know. You don't really need... Ah, so good. Okay. Darn. Fell again. And you'll see here that it actually costs HP. We should not be fighting it in this enclosed space. And you'll probably see me farm some restore pills at some point. Just because, you know, I'm not the most cautious of players. I mean, I've already fell 3 times here, so... I was trying to dodge. I swear. And I, in particular, do not like to revive right in front of an origami, because they will instantly do an AoE attack or instantly target you just to put you back down again. They will absolutely do that. Okay, apparently you lose your reserves when you go down. Yeah, you really want to use crushing damage for those. Especially the crushing damage, if you like to stay on the ground. The crushing damage will take out their legs. The slashing damage will take out their wings and head. Although, these guys have crushing weapons. Particularly Lindo. Lindo has the crushing weapon. Alyssa has slashing. I think with a little bit of crush. So, if... And I've seen other people's playthroughs of this game, and, you know, they say, oh, I'm gonna cut out the affection cutscene because, you know, you need at least one reason to play the game, and I agree with that, but now I know the real reason why they cut it out. Why they cut the affection cutscenes out. Like I said before, that's because the affection cutscenes aren't affected by the audio settings in the game. Like, if I chose Alyssa right here and her affection cutscene played, you would just see me fade right to the next... You would see me fade to the den. Because, 1, you should have a reason to play this game, and 2... the affection cutscenes are loud.
I should probably act like a leader sometimes, huh?
So yeah. If you see me just fade from this screen to the next, I got an affection cutscene. Avian wing, avian mask. That's if you break their head. Avian flesh, avian wing. That's fine. Avian mask, avian claw. You know, specifically breaking their arms. That's what you get from that. And the bond break rewards for their head is the mask.
Origami. When oracle cells were first discovered, they maintained an amoeba-like form. Harmless, delicate, how little we knew. Shortly after that, we discovered the first origami in earthworm form. Within 6 months, the first large-scale creatures appeared. And before even a year had passed, an entire continent had fallen prey to their rapid domination. It was unprecedented. Even with their unique talents, taking the form of that which they consume, we never anticipated this. Now, in the strictest sense, origami do not evolve. That is beyond their current capacity. The absolute fact of the matter is, the oracle cells themselves have not changed even 1 iota from their original gene sequence.
Hold on, that's just impossible. The cells change form, don't they?
In a way, the origami you see, well, they're just like you are in this classroom, in this moment. To an origami, acquiring new forms, new abilities, and gifts is identical to the way that we as humans absorb knowledge. Yes, I know it sounds very far-fetched. Let me give you an example. They discover what bone structure would help to move faster in our environment. They analyze the means of flight and then develop them. They absorb tons of information every time an oracle cell devours anything else. In 20 years, they've developed an advanced system of form and function and dominated the Earth. A shame indeed that the origami are not as averse to study as it seems Kota is. They are dedicated and diligent students. Truly, it boggles the mind how advanced they've become. Latest reports suggest there is an origami out there capable of using a rudimentary missile system. If this is true, then they have absorbed man-made tools and developed a way to use such devices. I relish the chance to solve this ever-changing puzzle. How those cells must work to incorporate such complex features into the paradigm. Perhaps one day we might even see the next step, an origami that takes the form of a human. Wouldn't it be wondrous?
I'm not sure that wondrous is the word we would use.
That is what we in the business call foreshadowing. All right. As the missions get longer and longer, I'm probably going to end up eventually doing one mission, one episode. But for now, we'll just do a couple of missions per episode. I think 1 or 2 would be nice. But for now, let's see what happens. I think eventually I had to use a wiki for some of the melee weapons. Oh, we got new weapons, new scythes. Nice. Oh, I remember specifically using the Freak Crystal on the final boss of the game. Just a farm. And let's see here. Drachenkonig Fang. Oh yeah, we know where to get one of those, don't we? Oh, let's look. Let's see what it has here. 135. And does frost damage. Forgot how to see that. There it is. Healing Touch. Item speed. Items can be used more quickly. Changes 5% per level. Starts at level 10. Okay. See, now we could see reduce damage sustained while guarding. Like, this is just the regular hammer, so it'd be... Melee attacks gain venom. Oh, that could be useful, though. And as we go into a lot of the higher difficulties, you'll start to see us finding abandoned god arcs. And we can take the things you see down there, the Reaper, the Deathflower, we can take skills from those god arcs and let me just take a drink in the middle of my sentence, and we could take skills from those god arcs and put them onto our god arcs. We can even... Actually, I don't know if you can replace the inborn skill on the god arc that you have. I'm going to have to look at that. But as you could see, you have up to 4 slots you could put skills. So that's what we're going to do. But for now, let's see what we have here. I think eventually we're going to need divine damage. So let me just craft this up real quick. And depending on what may come later on, I might definitely choose a spear. Oh, binder. Binder's a good one. Melee attacks gain hold. You see what those traps do is what binder does. What those stun traps. So binder is a very, very good one. Something I used a lot on specific origami. An origami that are very fast. And especially if you build the weakness of that origami and you slap binder on one of your weapons, you could do amazing things and keep it from attacking, keep the origami from attacking you long enough to long enough to do a lot of damage. But the downside of that is origami gain resistance. Every time you hit them with bind, every time you hit them with venom, every time you hit them with bind, with venom, with... I think there's another one. There's another status effect. I can't remember it at the moment, but every time you hit them with those status effects, they gain resistance to it. So it becomes that much harder to proc those effects. However, the extra damage you get from using those effects on an origami are... They could be the difference between you failing a mission and you succeeding on a mission. Sometimes. Now, like I said before, I'm thinking we do 1 story mission, 1 regular mission, 1 free mission. And I know I'm doing a lot of talking. I'll start talking less. I didn't mean to do that. On Sakuya. There we go. Now, there are also some things that God Eaters that your AI companions can do and some they can't do. Like, you're not going to put on Devourer on Lindo because he just doesn't have a gun. He doesn't have a gun. So if he can't transform into a gun, he can't give you bullets.
The unit is now in position and ready to commence combat
However,
operations.
Stay close and stay sharp.
Sakuya can.
It's still beautiful somehow. It brings back a lot of memories. I promise I won't ramble on about them.
Sorry, saw something shiny, got distracted.
That one's got eyes like a sniper. He'll hit you from anywhere, so keep watch.
Not 10.
Oh yeah.
In the end, beasts will be beasts.
Target eliminated.
Oh, actually, I think
Primary target terminated.
On to the next.
if I remember correctly, oh, I'm poisoned.
Did you get everything you wanted to? Extraction is en route to your location.
That was nothing. I'd expected a stronger challenge.
Objectives complete. Let's go home.
Frickin' chopper's taking its damn time.
These zygotes really are odd-looking things, aren't they?
Well, well, well. Easy work at that one.
Oh, shiny. Now, in the absence of an uppercut, oh, freestone, very nice.
Got it. I'll get started right away.
Alright, like I said, if you ever see a fade from this screen to the next, that means I got an affection cutscene. And yes, it was very loud. Alright. I think that's where I'm going to leave it for this episode. I thank you for joining me. And remember, stay safe, have fun, and play your way.